everyone, welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all stopped by. A little late to the party. Story of my life, but that's all right. So today and until she's completed for Model Cars and Coffee, I'm going to be doing I'm going to introduce and also do updates on Project Beauty Queen. When I was filming for my psychedelic group build, I was doing an update video, and I couldn't get the memory or the video off my phone, so I had to get an SD card. Well, while I was waiting for that to come in the mail, I started working on this. Now, this is the old 1957 Chevrolet BelAir from Monogram. 1/24th kit. It's really not a bad kit. It lacks a lot of detail. Anyone who knows this kit knows it lacks detail. I bought the kit used, obviously, and not obviously. I mean, I did buy it used. It was an open box. The C-pillar right here is bent. Looks like it got crushed. Same thing for the front, for the vent window. So, what I decided to do was cut everything off. Now, the window frame is right by my thumbnail, all the way down. But this here, this is going to be a Pro Tour. Got the side molding taken off, which I still need to work on, but right now, just want to kind of get it in the shape. Took off the top rib on the front fenders. My goal and what I'm thinking about doing is actually there's chrome strips that go right on top the fins here in the back. What I'm going to do is sand all this down and basically make this part of the actual fender. Of course, I got the nameplate sanded off. Door handles I shaved off, but I want to put some more on, or I'm going to put new ones on. I got a custom set that I bought. I'm going to print up, and I'm just going to show you what I've done and where my next steps are, because I don't want to give too much away. So, like I said, I'm using Model Cars and Coffee as an update for this project. Now, the hood, as you see, sits flush. It didn't do that at first. It would sit right about here, the best it would do. Well, besides which you still see I need to still sand, it did have mold lines here where the hood would rest, but the hood itself was misshaped, and as you can tell, I still need to do some more shaping here on this corner. So yeah, this is rounded off more than this side, but I got it to sit down completely flush. But I got to sit down completely flush, filled in the bullet holes or whatever the little hood ornaments that they had, shaved all the scripts off of it. So I think it looks pretty cool. This is the most I've done on a kit, and I'm learning a lot. So I'm taking my time and I'm having fun with it. The bumper does need to be sanded and worked on. As you see, it doesn't really mate up right. As you see, I go to the hood there. If we actually glued it in place, and anyone who knows these old Monogram kits know the hassle they are. Okay, so right now I have this sitting in. Oh, hang on. So they're not a bad kit. This is, it just lacks detail. Okay, right now I have it sitting in place at the actual glue points. One, and I don't know if this is how it is on the real car, but I'm not cool with this. How it actually sits, how it's off a little bit. I'm not cool with that. Also, you see a little bit of a hole there. Oh, there you go. Now we got it in there. But you still see a tiny bit of a hole. I'm not cool with that. And it's the same thing for the other side, which is good because now I know it's even. So I just need to know whatever I do on this side, I need to do on this side. But so that's something I will be working on. I also will be sanding down into here to make it so where it can sit flush and sit the way it should be, and the way I want it to look, rather. I'm going to cut the grill out. Everything's going to stay there. It's just I'm going to cut the grill out. I'm not going to put that bar in the middle. I'll have a mesh grill so that it'll be open. No chrome. I'm thinking about. I'm not going to paint this aluminum like I did the Fairlane. I'm actually thinking about doing either a Pro Scale has a color fine silver. It looks. I shouldn't say it looks like chrome, but it looks like chrome better than most other kits chrome trees I've seen. But it has a nice shine to it. It's beautiful. I'm thinking about doing that, or even going to a gunmetal. And you see here, I want to make sure I get everything lined up. If the camera wants to, well, if I can hold everything in, I've been using tape on it. I want to make sure everything lines up, make sure everything gets nice and even. This is a show car. Like I said, it's a beauty queen. So, and on top of everything else, so then you have the wheels. And then the back wheels. Now the chassis, again, anyone who knows this kit, man, look at that. One solid piece. Exhaust molded in. No nothing. And you put the rear axle on, which has the drive shaft molded into it. It hugs this transmission tunnel on the passenger side. I mean, it is on top of it. So I got a way around that, which I will show in another video. These really need to be cleaned up, but these are really test seats right now. I cut the rear seat out, and what it is I don't want to go too much wider on the rear seat. I like how it sits. Then once I get this lined up, then I got to get this. I got to widen out the tub here. Let me lower it down so you can see what I'm talking about. Then I need to widen out the tub so that seat can actually go back in. Now, on the convertibles, you actually had the dog legs, I believe is what they called them, that runs right here as when the top is down, which in this case, top's going to be down. So this we're going to sit back in. This is going to get molded into the bottom part here. So all this is going to get filled up with plastic. And when I sat the seats down, let's see. Give you an idea of what we're looking at here. Now, when I first tried it out, I was thinking about, again, the kit's 1/24th. Okay, these seats are scaled 1/24th. So I was thinking about making the seats like a 1/25th or maybe even smaller so it'll fit. But my girlfriend pointed out, this is the transmission tunnel. All this you see here was this big bump of plastic. That is a wide ass transmission tunnel compared to what's right here. Now, yes, it's a big ass tunnel right here, but you also had a big clumsy looking transmission. Anyhow, I went along and cut it out. I was going to just narrow it down. The reason I didn't is because the motor and transmission that's going to go in this, one, I need to see how it sits in the frame. I need to make sure it sits level. I need to make sure it sits in the position I needed to sit in. Then once that's done, then I want to sit the tub on top of the frame, see where I'm at with the transmission right here, and then go accordingly. Now, what I will be doing is I will be making my own tunnel. I'm also going to be making my own center console. And then the front, and I'm also taking out the pedals because I'm going to use the photo etch pieces for the pedals. So as it sits, it's going to sit nice and neat. It's going to look good. Now, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera. Now here, now on the dashboard, it curves down, so it's not straight on. And I've been looking at custom dashboards on see what it is I want to do. What I've done so far is sand everything down. I got to come over here and sand this down as well. Now, the color of the body is going to be the same color as the dash, along with the interior being I guess it's a cream color. I'll show you the colors here in a moment. I've looked at it long and hard, or looked at it for a while and thought long and hard about it, and I came up, me and my girlfriend, we decided the color on the body and the color for the interior, and I'll show you all that in a second. So this here, I'm sanding smooth because my goal, what I'm thinking about is I'm going to add 3 vents right here for AC vents. I'll probably add another one on each side. And you have a glove compartment here, and I guess it's supposed to be like another compartment with an ashtray, whatever. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically mold in. I'm thinking about either molding in a stereo, because this here is just too tight for a stereo. Again, this is the 1/24 scale. Real car, probably not a problem. But this car is not a true 1/24 scale. It may be overall 1/24, but not everything. Excuse me. So I'm going to sand this down. I'm going to put some vents in here. I'm going to drill these out. I'm going to do my own gauges. I'm going to have a radio down here, or maybe add a radio to the center console. Who knows? Everything's going to get molded up. Everything's going to, match up perfectly. So, give me a second. I'll zoom out. All right, and that's where I'm at. So I got the wheels printed up. I'm working on getting the chassis taken care of. I'm having a couple issues with the supports for the suspension. Once all that gets taken care of, then I'll be able to move along further in this. And then once I get to the point where I get everything together, everything is looking the way I want, then I'll start fixing things like, getting the seats to fit in. And at that point, it's not only my cleaning up, but I'm also making sure everything works and fits together. Once that big process is done, then it's time for paint. And this is the color that I'm doing for the body. But it is like a light green. I'm not sure if I want to add some silver to it, but that's the color I will be using. Now, this is going to be the color for the interior, which is coming from which is coming from Gravity Colors. You got the base coat, and then you have the light. You spray the light down first, then you do the shading, and then you do the actual color itself. So, and I think it'll give it really more of a three-dimensional look for the interior. And before I go, I almost forgot to show you one thing. Notice there's nothing there. Either side, I got a door handle, armrest, and I'm going to be doing my own door panels on this. So like I said, this is the most I've done on an actual kit. I'm learning a lot. I'm having fun, which is the point. And I will do this again. I'll be maybe doing a few things here and there. Like I might do more of a custom interior on one kit, but that's all I'm doing. To do everything as I'm doing now, not so much. It's only going to be projects that mean something special to me, not just something I just want to do just because. When I say special to me, I'm meaning my brother's getting married, my oldest brother's getting married this year, and I don't plan on having it done. But he is the reason why I got into scale modeling. And the first kit I ever got which is from him, is the AMT 1956 Ford Crown Victoria. That car I would do something like this with. Maybe not so much as the convertible, but everything else, yes. So, but anyhow, but this is where I'm at with Project Beauty Queen. She is coming along relatively easy for right now, and that's it. I've taken up enough of y'all's time, so I'll catch y'all later. I want to get this cleaned up, get the workbench cleaned up, and I want to go get some primer onto my psychedelic 60s Impala. All right, until then, y'all have a great week. Stay safe, stay warm, stay dry, whatever. And until then, I gotta get to building because I got work to do.